Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Semoskiy Winter. Our heroes today are going to be J0ki, playing for the Germans, and his opponent today is going to be Vilisskuja, playing for the Soviets of the Red Army. So once again, as you already know, this is from the Sunday Night Fight Season 5 tournament, round of 128. A little bit about the players. We have not very high-ranking players in this matchup, but hopefully that actually means it's a even match. The highest-ranking player in this matchup would be J0ki. His German play is in the 1000 range, and Vilisskuja is in the 2000 range for his Soviets. So again, not the highest level of players, but like I said, maybe it's evenly matched. Now, as far as the seeding on the tournament, 55 for J0ki, 74 for Vilisskuja. So that's about it. And yeah, not much else to say. So let's take a look at the game. As far as build orders goes, we have J0ki doing what you would expect, getting himself tier 1 and getting Grenadiers from tier 1. One Grenadier already on the field, with a second on the way. Vilisskuja doing what you would expect the Soviet player to do, no initial tech, getting conscripts, second conscript already on the field. And yeah, second Grenadier for J0ki coming onto the field. Now, camping-wise, we see the combat engineers for Vilisskuja going to the northern fuel, and we have the Pios for J0ki as well going to the north. So they're going to run into each other. We shall see who wins the fight. There is a Grenadier squad capturing this point, and looks like it might also be going to the north, so that fight will be won for J0ki. We'll see what happens. Pios move in. They're going to start decamping that fuel point. They're going to get themselves into a little bit of heavy cover, although they're on the wrong side of the heavy cover. This one over here will probably be better. And the combat engineers decide that that is in fact the case. Southern side of the map, conscripts capturing territory, going straight for the fuel, and nothing is going to oppose them. And we have the second Gren squad going into the center for J0ki. Gren squad now approaching on the northern fuel, going to be able to help out these Pios. They're going to move straight on top of the combat engineers, as far as we can tell. And that means that the combat engineers are in a lot of trouble. Grens get on top of them, and the Pios follow suit. So with the SMGs and the Grens combined, that's a lot of firepower. So the combat engineers decide to book it and get themselves out of there. Third conscript squad on the field for Vilisskuja is going to move over to the northern fuel, going to engage those Grens, which is a little bit questionable considering he knows that there's Grens, so they're not going to be able to win that, but J0ki is actually flanked. Oh, so very nice. Vilisskuja, never mind. That's an excellent move. He's sending both his conscript squad over to the northern fuel, so he has himself a nice position, a nice flank, and he got himself some Molotovs, which means those Grens are going to take one in the face. There it goes. Nice hit there by Vilisskuja. Grens having to back off, taking a lot of damage, down to about half health. Conscripts will take their position in the heavy cover. The Pioneers do end up retreating, down 2 men on the retreat. We'll be able to make it alive, and the Grens decide to retreat without taking any losses, but now at about half health. So the conscripts do manage to win that fight quite handily, and we have 2 squads on the northern side, which will start capturing territory. J0ki, for his part, is going for the Gren spam that is quite popular right now. Got himself a 4th Grenadier squad already, while Vilisskuja is building tier 1. So only 3 conscripts, so a little bit more reserved there on the conscript numbers. We might see a sniper, or is this simply a quick tech to something else? I mean, it doesn't help to quick tech that fast, considering that you wouldn't be able to build anything from it. And Vilisskuja doesn't have any fuel anymore. We see J0ki capturing the southern fuel. And even with Vilisskuja capturing this northern fuel, he still has to capture that northern point to connect it. So gonna take a bit for him to get any income. So I can only assume he's gonna get something from tier 1 to support his conscripts. So maybe a sniper? I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, center map, J0ki just capturing territory. He is now up to 5 Grenadiers, so definitely a Grenadier spam, you can say. 5 units from tier 1 is a heavier investment to tier 1, but that's fine. It's not that much. You're still capable of taking relatively fast in that situation. But at this point, J0ki is probably going to take in as a response. So Grens and conscripts duking it out, point blank range. 2 conscripts fall immediately to those Grens. LMG Gren following up to support the conscripts. The conscripts are going to lose that fight. And J0ki says, you know what? I don't think that guy actually needs my help. Those 3 Grens should be able to deal with those 4 conscripts quite easily. So the LMG will stay in the center and go push out that combat engineer. Conscripts now down to 2 men against the 3 men of the Grenadiers. Down to 1 man, needs to retreat. And there it goes. Doesn't retreat, and down goes one conscript squad for Vilisskuja. So quite unfortunate that he lost his squad. He only now has 2 conscript squads at this point of the game, which is, well, the problem with going only 3 squads. And interestingly enough, he hasn't actually gotten himself anything. Vilisskuja did select his doctrine, and that is the guard rifle combined arms tactics, and is getting a guards rifle squad, which I cannot agree with and don't actually understand. I mean, yeah, guards are okay. They're very strong with their armor, and with the DP light machine guns, they can output a very decent amount of damage. But, I mean, mainly you want these guys for their PTRS rifles and soft, you know, anti-vehicle capabilities. And considering the amount of grunts on the field, J0ki has not shown any interest in doing that. But oh well. Oh, wow. So rifle nade goes down by these grenadiers, and down goes another conscript squad. So Vilisskuja in a horrible position in the game. He hasn't actually built anything for himself. He got himself a guard rifle squad, but that didn't give him much. I mean, he did go for the upgrades on tier 1, which I'm assuming also include the 18-8s. But I don't know. So guard rifle over here, mauling that pioneer squad. Like I said, I mean, they are capable of doing a lot of damage. They don't currently have DP light machine guns, but with those big SPTRS rifles and their guns right now, they are still capable of outputting more damage than a conscript squad. So J0ki currently just circling around the center. He's teching. He got himself his battle phase 1, and he's getting a 6 grenadier squad. I don't actually know what's happening. Okay. Another conscript squad getting called in by Vilisskuja to replace his losses, because he's now down to 1 conscript squad. Combat engineers getting assaulted by Grens. And, well, yeah. I mean, like I mentioned at the beginning, not the highest level of players, so not going to see any revolutionizing tactics here, or whatever you call it, but anyways. Nice nade goes into the house. Look at that damage. Kills one guy, but does a lot of damage to the rest of the men in that house. Rifle nade going down on the guards. Actually only kills one of them. And the grunts outside are trying to hold position. No flamethrower on this combat engineer squad, unfortunately. That means it's not going to be able to kill the remaining squads in there. And the combat engineer squad actually gets eliminated for Vilisskuja. So, once again, Vilisskuja built himself tier 1 and has not gotten anything from tier 1, which is very questionable. I mean, I get it if you want to build tier 1 as a stepping stone to either tier 3 or tier 4. But why build it that early if you are not capable of building anything else? So, I don't know what's going on with that. So, conscripts down south, capturing the fuel. We have conscripts in the center engaging against Grens. The Grens are very much capable of killing them off very quickly. They have an LMG, and the conscripts are vanilla. They haven't actually killed anybody. They're the new ones. They do jump the fence, even though they were right at the edge of it. And the Grens continue along their way. They don't really want much. A nice rifle nade there by J0ki was actually anticipating the conscripts to get into the house, but they didn't. So a rifle nade goes right on top of them and nails them, bringing them down to 3. Molotov landing on the Gren squad. Gren squad taking the damage from it. One of the guys catches fire. More damage going down since they're still in the fire, but they now move up north. Conscript squad taking some side shots by Grens. And we have tier 3 going down for J0ki, considering that, well, nothing has hit the field that he has to worry about. He's killed, and he knows he's killed at least 2 conscript squads. So he's sitting very comfortably in an advantage, so he doesn't get tier 2 and skips straight to tier 3, and is probably going to go, well, if he's smart, for a Flak Panzer, because, well, Flak Panzer would be able to deal with the very little amounts of infantry that are left. Panzer IV, however, is the safe choice that most players go for, so we'll see if that ends up happening. Rifle nade going down, and nice hit on the conscripts, but that that grenadier goes down. Unfortunate loss there for J0ki. Got a little bit too greedy with that grenadier squad, but I guess he was maybe focused elsewhere. Combat engineer getting called in for Vilisskuja to replace the one that he lost. Is he going to use that to build any additional tech? We shall see. But up north we see the 2nd Grenadier Squad moving up against those conscripts. Conscripts now down to 2 men. Can they make it out alive? I don't think they'll make it out alive. Grants are right on top of them. They do retreat, and they stop on top of them. Down to 1 man on the retreat. Can he make it out alive? Decent amount of health for the one man, and he barely makes it out alive. Very lucky there for Vilisskuja. But even that amount of luck right now isn't going to save him. There is really not much he can do. Also, he spent, you know, his fuel, which, I mean, I guess you can always back tech and get, well, technically still forward tech and get tier 2. But since he went for tier 1, he doesn't even have the option of getting AT guns right now. He would have to build it. So, J0ki was building himself a Flak Panzer, and I was going to applaud him for that, but he decides to cancel it and get a Panzer IV, which, like I said, I know why you get it. It's the safer choice. But, I mean, in this situation, with the ability for us to see both players, we know that the Flak Panzer would have had a bigger impact on the battlefield. So, Grenadiers over here getting assaulted by the Guards Rifle. The Guards Rifle... Sorry. The Guards Rifle capable of taking the beating from that LMG, but now down to 4 men. They are not apparently inclined to throw a grenade, which would help them out quite a lot. But yeah, they're just content to take the damage in the face. Down to 2 men on the retreat, down to 1. LMG will open up, but I think the guard will make it out alive, and yeah, there he does. Fuel Point getting harassed by 2-man conscript squad, getting shot by Pioneers. Pioneers never looked so fearsome. 1 man left, trying to retreat. He's going to have to retreat through an LMG Gren, and I don't think he's going to be getting anywhere through that. And the LMG Gren sets up, takes aim, fires, and down goes the conscript. So Vilisskuja once again down to 1 conscript squad and his 1-man Guards Rifle. He is building another conscript squad to replace his losses, and the Panzer IV is now on the field for J0ki. So once again we can see that, yes, it would have been better for him to get the Flak Panzer, but like I said, I get it. It's the safe choice. Up north, conscripts with PPSHs now engaging the Grens. The Grens just mauling them as much as they can. Tier 4 now down for Vilisskuja, so, well, at least he did go for the Tier 1, Tier 4 stepping stone, but he doesn't actually have enough fuel to get anything from Tier 4, so there's really no difference in the map. Another conscript squad, especially the one with PPSHs, gets executed by the Panzer IV. Panzer IV backing off, he's not going to go forward, not going to be aggressive with it, and yeah. LMG Grens holding position right outside of Vilisskuja's base. Combat Engineer pushes forward, gets shot, and retreats. Conscripts pushing forward, also going to get shot and probably retreat. Right hand side, Grenadiers capturing territory, getting the triple cap going on J0ki. We now see a fuel cache going down for J0ki on this furthest southern point. Interesting choice there, but yeah, I guess it's fine. And the conscripts are running up to throw a Molotov to that LMG Gren in the house. LMG Gren will take a lot of damage since they're all concentrated in this corner. So they decide to jump out, although 1 man actually takes the Molotov to the face and ends up dying quite instantly. Nasty rifle nade there by the other guards. I mean, Grenadier squad takes out most of the conscripts, forcing them to retreat at 2 men. And yeah. So I mean, J0ki, unaware, is currently in a position where he could simply just walk into the Soviet base and kill everything available. He's getting himself a 2nd Panzer IV, which I don't really understand at that point. I mean, when you're at this in this of a dominant position, a Flak Panzer would actually be a more sensible choice. You know, keep it paired with the Panzer IV and you'll be unstoppable. But again, I guess people like their Panzer IVs. So the Panzer IV moving across the ice, risking getting sunk, but I guess it's the fastest route. Northern side of the map getting captured by combat engineers and the Guards Rifle. And a doctrine did get selected for J0ki, and that is the Assault Support Doctrine, which will give him a Tiger eventually, I suppose. Panzer IV pushes onto the front of Vilisskuja's base and pushes away a conscript squad. Moves up, takes a shot at the bunker, and apparently is content to just stay there. Grenadiers push up, get suppressed by the bunker. The Panzer IV continues to shoot. We now see a strafing run falling down right on top of Vilisskuja's base. The strafing run should be able to target the infantry if it wants to. Well, I'm not exactly sure where it's shot, but oh well. There we go. This actually nails the conscript. Only gets a pin down, not a lot of damage, but well, what are you gonna do? Panzer IV over on the left-hand side, now moving to try to catch those combat engineers. Takes a shot at one of them, kills them, but moves and crashes into the cliffside. Panzer IV working on the base sector MGs, opening up the base to J0ki. J0ki sending his other Panzer IV into the base, finally noticing that there's not much in the base that Vilisskuja can do. And we have Grand Squads moving up to the northern left-hand side of the map to try to stop those units from capping territory. Conscripts moving out of the map, they're going to go capture that victory point, so that's going to potentially stop the bleed with the northern one also being captured. Conscripts over here getting pinned down by the strafing run, now getting rushed at and crushed by the Panzer Force, and down goes an entire conscript squad for Vilisskuja. And the base sectors once again are the target. Su-76 on the field for Vilisskuja, not exactly what he needed. He needed an Su-85, but he didn't have enough to be able to purchase one. And the Su-76 falls quite instantly to the Panzer Force. Guards rifle on the field, taking some shots at the Panzer Force, doing some damage. Panzer Force trying to run them over, unable to do so. And there we go, nice run over, and another guard rifle down. Grants over here capturing. The other guard rifle did get retreated and is now back at base. More Grants around, just shooting as much as he can. Conscripts over on the right-hand side decided to go for the munitions point rather than the victory point, because that is what is important right now at this stage of the game. And nice rifle nade goes down by one of the grenadiers and eliminates the entire guard rifle squad and drops a PTRS, which could get picked up to start working on the buildings a little bit faster. Tier 4 getting shot by both Panzer Force. J0ki focusing on that to take them out. And these grenadiers are not capturing territory, just moving around. This one actually ends up retreating. PTRS rifle gets picked up by this grenadier squad, so it is taking some shots at the base. Actually at the base sector MG up north, and it is doing a little bit of damage. Look at that. Pretty good damage for an infantry weapon. So Panzer Force now refocusing their sights, one on Tier 1, the other on the base. The conscripts over on the right-hand side now capturing that victory point, still being unopposed. We see grenadiers moving to the north to start capturing points. Victory points right now are still in the favor of J0ki, but the bleed is very minuscule. 459 for J0ki, 221 for Vilisskuja. Really not going to matter much. I'm pretty sure this is going to come down to a base annihilation, or whatever you call it, an annihilation victory. But yeah, we just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. So Tier 1 goes down for Vilisskuja. Vilisskuja now at 700 manpower. So I mean, not exactly sure why he stays in the game, but well, whatever. So base sector will go down, and I think that should end the game. Shots flying very slowly. The bunker almost dead to that PRS rifle, but I think it's going to end before it goes down. There we go. Base sector down and play back over. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, like I said, it wasn't the highest level of play, and it did take a while for J0ki to end the game, but yeah. Well, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.